I'm John Regis and welcome to Mariners TV.
So Graham, first of all, your thoughts on that game today?
Pretty frustrating really, we were, started the game pretty bright. We moved the ball well at times, we kept possession, we gained territory. We created a couple of opportunities that maybe we could have done better with. But the big thing about today, as the scoreline suggests, is we were just too open. When we give the ball away, we almost weren't getting our security right behind the ball. We've touched on it a lot as well recently. We were almost overly aggressive, and Cleethorpes managed to exploit that.
That's something you're confident you can put right in the next few
without
weeks?
a doubt. Yeah, we've had a good conversation there with the lads. A lot of honesty coming out in the change room, which is great. You don't want people hiding, people saying, look, I played poorly and stuff like that. But as always, we'll do the video work. We'll go through the big moments in the game, the moments where not only they did manage to score, but the moments where they nearly scored. Just again, with us being just over committing bodies forward. So yeah, lots of work to do. But the big thing to come out of today, which hopefully will be really positive in a week's time, is that we just didn't get the physical side right today. I thought Cleethorpes kind of sensed a little bit of weakness there and went, right, okay, we'll make it a physical game, and they got on top of us, and we kind of wilted a little bit, and that was disappointing. But the lads are all in there realising what's happened, realising that it needs to be put right, realising that that sort of performance can't happen again. So hopefully it's kind of a positive that it's come out now rather than during the league season.
Gavin Cogton got 2 goals today as well. Was that a positive for you that you got a couple more goals at him?
Brilliant. No, good to have Titch back. It's obviously frustrating when players go away pre-season. They've obviously got commitments, family commitments, and at times they can get the holidays. And obviously Titch went away for 3 weeks. But we know Gav looks after himself. He's come back, had them few minutes at Bolden, and played again last couple of games, and then obviously good to get him a start today. He's been looking sharp in training, scoring a few goals, and it's great to have him back in the team. He looks a real threat.
7 days to prepare now for the first game of the season as well. How are you feeling about that, and the 2 training sessions that you got coming up?
Yeah, we were a little bit more positive a few weeks ago, but look, we'll get it right. We've got a great bunch of lads in that dressing room. Yes, we ain't got it right in the last maybe 4 games now, but you'd much rather have it happen now. We're working through a few things, and with the openness in that dressing room, with people going, right, okay, we need to put this right, we need to put that right, we need to work through it. We've got the right lads to do it. Hopefully it'll happen within the next week or 2 rather than in the next month or 2.
The first game's against Witton Albion. They gave away a tough game in the FA Cup early in last season. Are you expecting a similar sort of test from the cup?
Yeah, of course it will be. Every game will be a test this year. We just talked about each and every game is different. Each and every opposition team will pose a different question, a different threat. There'll be different areas we can exploit. Each game's different, and you can't go into it with the same kind of mindset all the time. You have to adapt. You have to be adaptable during the game. So yeah, look, we'll hopefully put a few things right in training this week. Certainly a little bit psychologically and physically, and get in players' minds and make sure that when we start next week, it's a real physical effort to get on top of the team we're playing against. We've talked about winning the battle before we get to playoff football. We just felt it was a little bit the other way today, where we thought we'd be given the right to play. We almost like, oh well, we're on a little bit bobbly pitch, and they were ratting around and making it difficult for us, and it was difficult. So we've got to get that physical side right, and then play our football after we win that battle.
Just finding a few lads missed out today with injuries, and obviously Liam on holiday as well. Are you hoping to have quite a few of them back for next week's game?
Hoping to, yeah. So Brownie, obviously Shawsy's got a hamstring, tight hamstring, and Patter's the same. Lee Mason will hopefully be available next week. He's obviously got to train this week to see where he is. Gary Brown's ill at the moment, so hopefully he's been to the doctors this morning, so hopefully he's got some sort of medication to get him right this week. I don't know how long Barry's going to be, so there's all sorts to work through this week. So yeah, there might be 1 or 2 opportunities arise for maybe a couple of academy players to be in the squad next week. We'll have to wait and see what happens.